This is Grief and Grit, from heartache to high fives with a dash of sass. The podcast that turns the tables on traditional grief talks with a fresh, sassy spin. Listen in for candid conversations about the messy, awkward, and downright hilarious aspects of dealing with loss. Because sometimes the best way to cope is with a little laughter and a lot of grit.
I mean, we're on, we're recording, we're live. Ready?
Hi, Greer.
Hi, Simonie.
Okay, so I am so excited. Oh my goodness. Can you believe it's 1 year?
I cannot believe we've been doing this for a year.
We've been doing this for a year. I mean, I remember so clearly that we were sitting in that coffee shop here in Atlanta and we were just talking and we'd already met a couple of times. And then I said, would you do a podcast? And you said yes. And here we are.
Oh my God.
So thank you, my friend, for taking the leap with me.
I mean, I am honored that you asked me.
Oh my goodness.
Thank you. It's funny because I remember I've been really trying to, anytime there's an open door or a cracked door or window, anything, I've just been trying to leave it, like let it be, and I'm trying to walk through and just see what comes of it. Like I'm really trying not to say no to things.
Good.
It was hard and very outside of my comfort zone.
Right.
And when Simonie asked me, when you asked me to co-host this podcast, all I could think of was, sure, like, yeah, let's just see how this goes and how long it's gonna last for. But you know what? I'm not gonna say no. And here we are.
I know.
Like best decision
ever. I know. I am. And it's brought me so much, week after week. And when we do our episodes and when we're together, and, I think that the important thing is that when you're grieving and when you're in that whole process, the aloneness is what's so difficult.
Yes.
And, just having found someone who is a kindred soul and knows we've walked the same path.
We have.
And so, yeah, and here we are, and it's real, and, and we have to say thank you to all of you who've been with us from the very first episode right up until today. Your support and your encouragement and your love means the world.
Yes.
And for those of you who are just joining us today because maybe you found yourself crying in the car and you didn't know why, or, someone suggested, welcome.
Yes.
And the hope is for me, and I'm sure it's for you, Greer, that if we could just have helped one person this past year, then mission accomplished.
Absolutely. And just the messages and the emails that we've received from listeners, just knowing the comfort that we've been able to provide, it really has given me so much purpose.
Yes.
Grief, I always say grief is the most universal thing and most isolating thing.
Absolutely.
And the fact that people are feeling either less alone or validated in their grief, or feeling more comfortable and being outward with their grief, whatever the case is, we're just so grateful that you have found that.
Right.
So thank you all for everything.
I know. This is so exciting for us.
It really is. It really is. I mean, it just...
who would have thought that something like grief, they say misery finds misery.
Or misery loves company.
Oh, that misery loves company. That's what it is.
Yeah.
I forgot what it means.
No, that's okay.
And who would have thought that, this would, grief, out of grief would come I mean, almost joy,
It
as
is.
crazy as that is.
Well, and that goes back to, I know the whole grief and gratitude thing, I know can be really frustrating to hear, especially depending on where one is in their grief journey.
Correct.
I have so much gratitude for this opportunity that you've given me. I have learned a lot about myself, about grief,
Mm-hmm.
about technology. I had never done a podcast before, even getting down to what tools am I needing? It has given me purpose in terms of trying to normalize grief and help
Mm-hmm.
others.
Mm-hmm.
It has given me a lot of lifelong friendship.
Absolutely.
There's
Absolutely.
so much beauty that has come out of this. And I I feel like we're just getting started.
Oh, we are. We are. This is just getting started. And, for me, of course, I'm just so grateful, as you say, that, there's purpose and there's, the helping people.
Mhm.
And also having people come onto the show
Yeah,
and be vulnerable and share their story because it's not always easy. We know that.
right.
Grief is something that we tend to keep very close to our heart.
Mhm.
And for people to come and open themselves and open their hearts to us is it's taught me a lot, and different stories and different reasons for grief and
Yes.
what makes a person feel grief. And so many of the subjects that we've covered in the past year, I would never have thought, gosh, that could make a person grieve.
Yeah,
And that does bring grief to someone. So for
absolutely.
me, that's been a whole eye opening. And so I am so grateful.
Yeah.
I'm so grateful for that as well.
No, me too. I mean, it's interesting because when we think about the people who have come on and that we've interviewed, several of them had never really shared their story publicly.
Right. That's so
And
true.
the chances that they took on us
Mm-hmm.
and that vulnerability, I have just been in awe of them and grateful for them and allowing allowing others to enter their story.
Yeah.
And there's oftentimes fear of sharing a story. The reality is the world can feel very judgmental,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
grief can feel very judgmental,
Mm-hmm.
especially depending on the stories.
Correct.
And we have covered topics of pregnancy and infant loss.
Mm-hmm.
We've covered topics of suicide. We've
Mm-hmm.
covered topics of divorce, where oftentimes people are not able to open up and be vulnerable about their grief through those processes
And
and
I
through
think,
those
and I
experiences.
think we've learned as well that when you share your story, that's part of your healing
Yeah.
process, and I think, so for me, I've had comments from people who have said to me, gosh, thank you for pointing that out. I've never been through grief
Mhm.
and I would never have understood that. Or so I think it's made people more grief aware.
Yeah, just having a better understanding of of different perspectives.
Correct,
Yes,
correct. So,
absolutely.
so that's
Yeah.
been great, and that's
Hmm.
been, made us so grateful. And of course, yes, Greer, thank God, has taken on the technology
It's
side
all good.
because for those of you who know me, copy and paste is pretty much where I'm at with
You're
technology,
good.
and
We've found we have complementary strengths, which I think is one of the main reasons why this works so well.
absolutely
I mean, you with the content and the ideas, I come at it with more technical and marketing
correct.
experience,
Yeah.
and we somehow, thankfully,
It just
are able to make it happen. And
exactly.
I don't want to leave out Van, who
Yes.
is on the Grief and Grit team and helps us dearly.
Yes.
I know that Van's going to be very embarrassed to hear their
I know, but we love you, Van,
Yes,
and
we
we're
do
grateful
so
to
much.
you as well.
Yes, yes.
And I know that you are an integral part of the journey as we're
Hmm.
growing. And, growing we are. Our
Yeah.
listenership is starting to expand, leaps and bounds.
Yes.
Of course,
Thankfully.
for all of you out there, keep pushing it and, keep sharing it. We're always so grateful for that.
Yes.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah, so some of the things that have happened,
I know.
we
Behind the mic.
yeah,
Now it's all going to be live on camera now that we are videoing. But
yeah. So it
before
took us
that,
the whole year to get to this point.
that's right. Baby steps.
Oh yeah.
Baby
Yeah,
steps.
but after a year we were told that people need to see the faces behind the voices.
Yes.
So
Yes.
so here we are.
Y'all can thank Van for
Here we
that.
are.
Thanks, Van.
Yeah, but some of the things that have gone on behind the scenes,
Mhm.
um,
Remember the several times where I actually forgot to hit the record button?
yes.
Uh-huh.
I
Yeah.
do. And we
Yeah.
would sit and we'd literally recorded an entire
Yeah.
episode. And then Greer had gone home to edit, and oops, there's no episode
Uh-huh.
there.
Yeah.
So we would have to come back and do that.
Yeah, that happened a couple times. And then, oh, and remember the time when my water bottle leaked in my bag and it
Yes.
ruined my laptop,
Yeah.
and I had to get a new one. And then all of the settings were off, and the audio in a couple of our episodes was terrible.
Yeah.
You probably noticed and politely didn't say anything. Thank you.
Yeah.
That's not going to happen again. I've learned my lesson, and that water bottle is gone.
And a new one never goes
Oh
in the
my
bag
God.
either. Yeah.
Well, right? Oh my God. So, yes. Yeah, that has been just a tad bit stressful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Mhm.
so it's definitely, there's, as in everything in life, and there's learning. Been a learning journey as well.
Right.
It's been a learning journey for both of us. And, you know, um, as we've learned, grief doesn't follow rules.
Right.
It's something that comes when it's least expected.
Hmm.
It's sometimes not welcome. But I think this, for me anyway, having this has given me the opportunity to actually welcome the grief because it's not going away.
Right.
The loss is the loss,
Right.
whatever it may be, and that's not
Exactly.
going away.
Right.
So it's better sometimes just to welcome it in, sit with it, and figure it out, and then, let it leave when it's ready to leave.
Yeah.
And I think for me, that's been a big thing. Learning to, we don't overcome it necessarily.
Right.
We learn to live with it
Yeah.
and go through it.
Definitely. And I also think that it's interesting because I've I've often told my friends, like, excuse my morbid humor.
No, of course, we all have to have it, right?
I need to laugh.
Mm-hmm.
Someone once told me, and I know I've said this several times, you can laugh or you can cry about something. And laughter is just what my soul needs a
Absolutely.
lot.
Right.
And to be able to laugh with you,
I
Simony,
know
it just feels so good.
it is so good.
Even if we
Yeah.
were not doing the podcast, just knowing that, I mean, I always say, like, it's love at first sight.
Completely.
Yes, like there's just something about this friendship
Exactly.
that just it fills my cup in so many ways.
I
So
couldn't
thank
agree
you.
more. So thank you.
Love you.
Thank you. Love you too. And we're still, raising kids and we're
Yes.
still living our life and we
Yeah.
still have decisions to make and we still have our houses that we live in.
Yes.
It's all there. But I think that a platform like this allows not only healing for us, but healing for others.
Right.
And as we said right in the very beginning from our very first episode, what we want to do is normalize grief.
Exactly.
And it's normal. It's natural. It shouldn't be. Unfortunately, it hasn't reached where it needs to be in society. But I think we're getting closer to that. I think people are becoming more aware of what a grief journey could look like and does look like.
Yeah, I definitely feel like there are more people openly talking about grief on social media.
Correct.
There are more and more resources as people who have been impacted by grief. I met someone last week. She lost her mom when she was 10, and she started a grief nonprofit.
Mm-hmm.
And, I think that there is so much good that people are sharing,
Yeah.
so much love that comes out of these heartbreaking stories. And it just goes to show the resilience that can come out of grief,
Absolutely.
whether that's silent, whether it's a little louder, whatever the case is. It goes back to what you said, living with the grief.
Correct.
Yeah.
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 So
we're going to have more guests, new topics.
yeah, we've got a great second year coming up.
That's right.
Following in the footsteps of our first year. We've got guests, we've got, as you said, new topics and lots of grit coming your way.
And we also want to know what y'all think. Should we be doing more solo episodes, more stories? Do you want to hear expert tips? That's something that we haven't had a ton of content on.
What are some of the topics that you would like to see covered? Things that have happened in your world or that, somebody else's world. So we are open, and we would appreciate, anything that you want to throw at us. We're here to take it.
Right. Just reach out to us. You can message us on Facebook. You can email us at griefandgritpodcast@gmail.com. There are several ways to get in touch with us. So please, we definitely want to make sure that what we're doing is resonating and that it's helping.
Yeah. So thank you again for everyone who's supporting us in this journey. It brings us joy. It makes us so grateful. And Greer, thank you to you.
Thank you.
We can't wait for year 2.
That's right. So if our podcast means anything with you, or means anything to you, let me say that again. If our podcast means anything to you, please feel free to share it with others.
Yeah.
No one's alone in this. We know, again, how isolating it is, but no one's alone. And we're going to be back with more grief and grit. So until then, keep showing up for yourself. Don't forget, there's no playbook and you're doing the best you can.
Take care, everyone.
Take care. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening. If you love what you heard, please follow Grief and Grit and share our podcast with your friends and family.